going to riot. What's the point of trying to use this Pokemon if its attack stat isn't off the freaking charts? What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and today we are hitting the VGC Regulation F ranked ladder with this Regigigas Galvantula Grafaiai team. Before we begin, if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, helping this video reach more people, helping the channel grow, I'd appreciate that. We're on the road to 10K. We're so close. Thank you, anybody who presses buttons before this video is over, for helping us get just a little bit further. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is typically when I stream. If you want to battle against me, that's what I do in my streams. I battle against the chat. Make sure you hit the notification bell, however, because if you're not one of the first 12 people to challenge me in the chat, it goes away in the first 1 minute. You have a window of basically 1 minute to be one of those first 12 people. And if you are later than that, that's all the spots filled. So I'd love to see you there, regardless of whether you get on the list or not. Let's talk about this team really quickly. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that WEEZING isn't the best way to use Regigigas. It is. There are other ways, however, and there are ways that opponents won't see coming. When you see Regigigas and you see WEEZING on a team, you know exactly what's about to happen. Here, you might know what's about to happen with the Grafaiai for the fact that you can doodle opponents' abilities, copy them for yourself and your ally, meaning slow start is gone on Regigigas. I should back up a little bit maybe, in case you're not aware. Regigigas, an incredibly powerful Pokemon stats-wise, has the worst ability in the game. Basically, it takes 5 turns for that Pokemon's stats to achieve their actual potential. It's slower, it's weaker, all that stuff because of that ability slow start. So you want to get rid of that ability as soon as possible. Why neutralizing gas WEEZING is typically used to neutralize that ability. However, Grafaiai with Doodle can do the same thing. Also, Galvantula with Gastro Acid. If you target Regigigas, you can use Gastro Acid to get rid of Regigigas' ability, completely suppress it. I'd love to try to get a battle with each of them, sort of showing how we're going to do that, whether we're able to pull it off and make it work or not. Primarina's in the back, an incredibly powerful Pokemon. I've been sleeping on Primarina. Really have enjoyed using that in the practice games. I'd love to see. It comes to almost every game. It's a really nice Pokemon in the back and has such nice pairing with Regigigas for the fact that Regigigas is weak to one thing. It's weak to fighting. Guess who's resistant to fighting? Fairy types. Primarina can come in the back and be really nice there. Similarly, Sinistcha to pull those fighting moves away from Regigigas and also heal it up a little bit with Hospitality by using Rage Powder and whatnot. Always really great because Sinistcha is immune to fighting moves. And Sinistcha also works as a really nice way of drawing grass and water moves away from Primarina. Really nice synergy happening with those 3 Pokemon. Incineroar, just a really good Pokemon. What do you want me to say? That's the whole team. Pretty in-depth breakdown compared to some of the other videos I make. But if you want to learn more, full team breakdown is always in the description. Go down there. Obviously, rental code and PokePaste are also there as well. Thanks again for clicking on the video in the first place. And without any further ado, let's hop into some battles here, shall we? Mr. Penguin 93. Happy 30th birthday, Mr. Penguin. Belated, I assume. All right. Let's identify what the best method is here. There's no prankster taunt users, which means that Grafaiai might be a pretty good option. Issue is the Pow Knight, because E-Speed could potentially kill Grafaiai before Grafaiai can even use Doodle. Focus Sash will not do that, though. Like Focus Sash is a better way of making it happen, I think. So let's do that. We'll try and make that work for the same reason that well, the E-Speed actually goes before Rage Powder even. So that's kind of crazy. But I do like Rage Powder for the Thunderclaps. That's always kind of nice. We'll try it. My opponent's Mr. Penguin, you know, silly in name, very serious in team makeup. Basically, everything has E-Speed. And Gen Pow to support that E-Speed. Not everything has E-Speed. Everything has priority. 2 of the things are the premier E-Speed users. One of them is Thunderclap. Gen Pow itself has Sucker Punch. Just a lot that can happen. However, we have the Ghost Tera on the Regigigas, so if I'm feeling like I'm confident enough that I can get the Gastro Acid off, I might just Ghost Tera turn 1. I don't know if it's E-Speed, to be honest. I may just Body Slam the Entei. We also have Trick Room on the Sinistcha. It's not like a min speed team or anything like that. But it can help get you out of situations where your opponent's going for like Tailwind, basically. Though, again, this is a priority team, so it doesn't really help us. They do just Sacred Fire. That's why I didn't want to burn the... I didn't want to burn the Ghost, but we don't get hit by the... Nice. We don't get hit by the burn there, which is really good. I can now Electro Web, because we didn't get hit by the burn. Hopefully that makes me... Ooh, I can also just Bug Buzz to clip the... Actually, I'm going to do that. And maybe just roll the dice on whether I get burned. And I'll Rock Slide. Tons of damage there. Well done, Galvantula. They're just coming for Regigigas. We survived that. Sacred Fire gets retargeted into the Galvantula. Will he get lucky on the burn? No. So the Focus Sash means nothing. But the Rock Slide picks up the KO on the Entei. That is absolutely fantastic. 1 E-Speed user down. And actually, I think I'm okay with getting the free switch here. I think we just go right into Sinistcha. I'll get some health back for Regigigas. I can protect Regigigas this turn. And maybe just go for a Macha Gotcha. Actually, if I can Trick Room, that would be pretty phenomenal. Still a bit concerned with the E-Speed potential in the back. But because this is the Flutter main, it kind of makes me feel like... Feels like I could maybe do it. Do I need to Tera to do it? I'm going to Tera to do it. I'm going to burn it, and we'll just protect with Gigas for this turn. I can't risk that they're going to go for Shadow Ball into Sinistcha. I think it's so obvious that I am going to click Rage Powder here. Or, honestly, they might read the Trick Room, and that you might as well target Sinistcha here. Cool. Needed to Tera. Went for it. We have the Sitrus Berry here. I did so much damage. I think that's a Specs. Flutter main. And they cudgel into Sinistcha as well. I could have gotten a move off there with Gigas, in fact. Okay. Now we can Shadow Ball Flutter main and go for a Rock Slide. I need to kill the Ogerpon before Primarina shows up. I'm also a bit concerned with the possibility that it's the... Ooh, just a double protect. Okay. I'm concerned with the possibility that it's the Raging Bolt in the back. I think that... I don't know for sure. Thunderclap threatens to kill Primarina, especially if it's booster energy on the Raging Bolt. And I don't think I saw booster energy on this Fluttermane. I think it's Specs, but... Or no, we know it's not Specs. It's just protected. Oh, wait. Did I miss the booster energy popping? It's totally possible. My rambling does result in quite a bit of... Ooh, the follow me there is actually phenomenal for them. I might need to get a flinch here. Okay. Quite unfortunate there. Or not even unfortunate. Oh, it's Dragonite. Huh. I protect Regigigas here because I think they're going to E-speed the Gigas and go for like a Moonblast into Primarina. Is my guess. But if I Hyper Voice, I can catch I can break a Multiscale here. I can catch the Fluttermane. They never Terra'd, so this is probably Terra normal. Which is also quite concerning. They might just have me for the fact that they're using the most powerful Pokemon in the game next to each other right here. Like, if they just double into Primarina here, I lose. Flat out. I need them to try to target Regigigas with one of these Pokemon. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. We go next and take out the Fluttermane, of course. Yeah, duh. Duh. Okay. I Moonblast. I Drain Punch. The HP investment saves it for us there. Primarina does it herself. Ooh. It feels really good to get a win against that team, bringing those Pokemon. Wow. Mr. Penguin. I'm going to say it again. Happy 30th birthday related, you know, but I'm not giving you no presents today, my friend. Good game to my opponent. We got another staples of the meta team. Fake out user, no taunt user, though. So this might be more of a Grafai game. I think it is, in fact. Let's go Grafai. We'll go Captain Planet. We'll bring Sinistcha on the back. I think has a nice matchup against a lot of these Pokemon. And then just, maybe just Starbies. Maybe just Starbies. You got to be a little careful with the Primarina and Rillaboom. It might be that I dedicate my Tera, if I can, to... Might have to dedicate my Tera to Primarina, going Fire Tera to resist the Grassy Glides. I mean, we can scout to see what they brought. But I got to be careful as well, though, because that makes me weak to Surging Strikes. It makes me weak to Sandsear Storm or Earth Power, whatever the Lando's packing. It's going to be a timing thing, I think. That's a nice trainer card. Cool. So no matter what, we can snag the sheer force off the Lando. Can't get intimidated because Regigigas is packing the clear amulet. But let's definitely grab the sheer force. I mean, they could protect. That's the way that we don't pull this off here. My guess, my bigger question is, do I have to protect Regigigas here? Or do I think they'll just fake out Grafai? I think I'm going to go for an attack here. If they fake out Regigigas, then good on them. I think I might. On the ranked ladder, closed team sheet, I think I just fake out the attacker. Like, whenever I'm looking at like a Hisuian Lilligant and a Torkoal next to each other, I just fake out the Torkoal. Because more often than not, the Lilligant's the one holding the Covert Cloak. My opponent did the same thing I would have done. I gotta remember, though, that I can't actually paralyze things with Body Slam, and I can't flinch things with Rock Slide now, thanks to the sheer force, which is very interesting. We can go to Primarina here, though. Just immediately go into Primarina. Usually you gotta pivot into, you know... You got to pivot into Sinistcha at least once first. I think the more likely Pokemon to leave here is going to be the Incin. The Lando will outspeed me, though, so if the Lando wants to, like, Tera Poison, Sludge Bomb, Primarina, like, they're totally able to do that, and I can't really stop them. Here comes Rillaboom. Ah. Incin was more likely to leave, but Lando was definitely more likely to protect. I like that Regigigas isn't even on the screen right now. It's so big that it's phased through the camera. It's just showing us what's happening past Regigigas, but Regigigas is on the field right now. It's very, very silly. Okay, well, I did say I'd dedicate my Tera. I think I might have to just rock with that. To get the kill here on Lando. And I will get the kill on Lando. I can also just hit Rillaboom really hard here. Honestly, the +1, you know, Hyper Voice is resisted by Lando because it's a water type thanks to Liquid Voice. But I think it's still going to do a good amount. And we don't know where the Assault Vest is either, so it's totally possible the Assault Vest is on the Incineroar, and that this Rillaboom doesn't take this as well as it would if it was holding a vest. There's sort of a battle for Assault Vests out there. They just fake out Gigas. That makes total sense to me. They Sludge Bomb Preem, but Preem does not get poisoned and is easily able to drop the Lando. Rillaboom actually took that pretty well. I'm going to guess that that is where the Assault Vest is, actually. I don't know for sure, but feels more likely. There's Incin. This is why Clear Amulet's so important. There are so many Intimidators in the meta right now that Clear Amulet, like, Intimidate would be an awesome way that even if I was able to get rid of my ability with Regigigas, then if I could get rid of Slow Start, you could still Intimidate it down to basically having Slow Start again. But Clear Amulet stops that. I think they have to fake out Primarina here now, so I am just going to protect Primarina for one turn. I doubt that they just fake out Gigas again. So they did. Maybe they just would hammer Gigas? No, the high horsepower. That's interesting. Huh. Do we think the high horsepower kills? I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. I'm just going to Hyper Voice again. Or I could Hydro Pump. Now we'll Hyper Voice. There's the Body Slam coming out first. Sheer Force boosted Body Slam. Ooh, it did kill. There's lots of different ways to run Rillaboom, so it's sort of hard to, for me at least, to gauge exactly the best way to run it. Or like how, like what way is going to be run, rather. So, for example, like a Jolly Rillaboom may not have killed with high horsepower there. A defensive Rillaboom may not have killed with horsepower there. I think a lot of them are adamant, though. I mean, that's how I've been running my Rillabooms more recently. Problem here, obviously, is that I don't know if I can save Sinistcha from a Flare Blitz. I get the Rock Slide. I can't get the flinch here, which is heartbreaking. We see the Sitrus Berry, which means that I was probably right about the Rillaboom having the Assault Vest. We get the Shadow Ball off. Another, no. That puts it out of range. Oh, they just Parting Shot. Because I don't have the Clear Amulet anymore. I don't know if that was your best play. Oh, I forgot they got to switch out and Intimidate again here. In my mind, I was like, they only have 2 Pokemon left. You can't Parting Shot out and get the Intimidate again. But because it was the last, like they do technically get to pivot switch. And they get another Fake Out here as well. A bit heartbreaking. Trick Room doesn't even really save me because all Regigigas can do to Flutter Mane is Rock Slide. Not the best planning on my part, but yeah, so I just Matcha Gotcha. Pray for a crit on a Rock Slide, maybe. If I don't just get faked out. I think my opponent just has this one, though. I was proud of the fact that I was able to get the Grafai out. Really, I think something that I didn't show a lot of in this game was like I didn't show self-control as far as what do I want to say? I just went for more moves with Primarina, even though I knew that they were going for high horsepower into that slot. I could have easily gone out into Sinistcha, and in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want to get rid of the Throat Spray boost. But I don't think I needed the Throat Spray boost as badly as I just needed Primarina later. Obviously, Sinistcha could have taken a high horsepower. You know? We got the burn with this Matcha Gotcha there. I think I'm going to go for it again. I I might not die to a D-Gleam is the thing. I might die, but I might not. Yeah. Okay. So we need like an uber crit here. Maybe on both slots. We're just going to miss one of them. I don't think a crit wouldn't have even done it. All right. Well, that was that one. Yeah, like I said, I think losing Primarina was a big no-no. Especially because, like, no Pokemon is at half health when you still have a Sinistcha somewhere. So there's a world in which I was able to switch into Sinistcha, heal up my Regigigas a little bit. You know, you can't really switch Regigigas out. But if Regigigas were to go down, let's say, I guess there was really no way to activate the hospitality on Primarina. I don't know what would have happened, but in my mind, that was the glaring mistake, was just letting Primarina die to a high horsepower on a turn that I could have easily switched into my grass type. So who knows what could have been different there in that exact, if that exact turn had gone wrong. But again, my opponent's using a lot of really good Pokemon, and I have a lot of you guys over here, so whatever. Good game to my opponent. Going up against Trang here. I could get Prankster taunted into Grafaiai if I choose to go that route. This team's actually pretty scary all around for me. But let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, is that the play? No. Let's give Grafaiai another shot, I think. Fire Tera Primarina could put in some work. And actually, I'm seeing the Rillaboom and the Lando combo like game 2. Was that game 2? It's always difficult not to pick Sinistcha and Primarina in the back. I should also state, by the way, that you should feel no pressure to bring Regigigas to any of these games. This is not a team in which they need to come every time. I am simply trying to make a YouTube video. You, most likely, will not be. Lando and Flutramane, huh? We will just take the Sheer Force. And once again, I will have no way of flinching, but we're just going to deal with that. I'm kind of wondering if, like, Moonblast... Well, they didn't Tera, right? We already know that. That would have already happened. I'm kind of wondering if, like, a Moonblast and an Earth Power into Regigigas could kill it. But no, just a D-Gleam. It's really nothing to Grafaiai. That was a crit, too. Earth Power will drop Grafaiai, though. You know, now that I can't be paralyzing things, it could be smart to go into Sinistcha and click Trick Room here. I think I shall. Do I need to Water Tera? I don't think it's a good idea to have two water types with a potential Rillaboom in the back, so I'm not going to. Although it does call into question if I can even pull this off. We don't know if the Flutter Mane's locked in. They could Shadow Ball Sinistcha. And they could Sludge Bomb Sinistcha. I think I still just go for it, though, because YOLO. Okay, we see the D-Gleam. Perhaps they are locked in. It is doing a lot of damage just for just a D-Gleam. The Sludge Bomb hits me but doesn't take me out. We're going to get this Trick Room. And we crit the Flutter Mane. Ooh. Good news. Good news, everyone. In comes Whimsicott, flying! Oh, Whimsicott's floating. It's so fun that it really isn't that different in animation. It's just off the ground. I don't know what it's going to do here. I think I just Matcha Gotcha and Body Slam, right? What can they do? Taunt my Sinistcha? They can Encore Sinistcha. That was a really bad idea. If they're locked into Dazzling Gleam, though, they'll just kill me. It happens immediately? I forgot how truly incredibly odd the mechanics are there. What happened was they Prankster Encored, so they moved first, even under Trick Room, into my Sinistcha, and made me use the move I just used last turn, which was Trick Room. But when I'm Encored into Trick Room, at least on that first turn, Trick Room activates when my move would have gone, instead of immediately getting the -4 priority, or whatever it is, and going last in the turn. Incredibly strange. I can absolutely just fire Tera here. I can also protect Regigigas for 1 turn, I believe. Kind of terrifying to do in front of a Whimsicott. But it doesn't look like they're switching. If they'd switched out, I would have killed the Fluttermane. The Whimsicott could have come back in and Encored me in to protect. But here I'll resist all the fairy moves coming my way. Which I do think is just a choice spec Dazzling Gleam at this point. They attempt to Encore me into the Body Slam, which would have also been a great play, because 2 Ghost types now. I really hope it's the Rillaboom in the back now. I can't believe I'm saying that, but now that I'm dedicated to the Fire Tera, I'll also resist Rillaboom in the back. This game is so back and forth, it's kind of crazy. That I could turn 1, get rid of my slow start, and activate my game plan. They then eliminate one of my Pokemon and almost kill my Sinistcha, but I get the Trick Room. They immediately reverse the Trick Room, but then I come back and double knockout. And now it's just us versus Urshifu. Just terrifying, actually. Oh, do I just lose? It kind of... Well, we know they're not Focus Sash, right? Because the Whimsicott was Focus Sash. So can Sheer Force Body Slam actually probably kills Urshifu, right? They can only target one of my 2 Pokemon here, and the other one will knock it out. If Body Slam... If Adamant Stab, Sheer Force Body Slam does not kill this Urshifu, I'm going to riot. Because what is Regigigas for, then? What's the point of trying to use this Pokemon if its attack stat isn't off the freaking charts? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Wild battle. Truly back and forth, like I said. Doesn't get much better than that, honestly, and I'm so happy to have some redemption for Grafaiai there. And redemption on just the team, you know. They didn't end up bringing the Rillaboom, but at Team Preview, I was faced with some decisions that I was faced with Game 2. Didn't pan out for me Game 2, but Game 3, things worked out okay. Good game to my opponent. Really good game. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you want to use this really fun Galvantula, Grafaiai, Regigigas team for yourself, be my guest. Rental code PokeBase, like I said in the beginning. Full team breakdown, always in the description below. Make sure to comment if you do end up using the team. Not the easiest team in the world to pilot, I would say, but very satisfying when you're able to pull it off. And yeah, again, not going to pretend like WEEZING isn't the premier Regigigas partner, but you can surprise people. And here on the ranked ladder, you know, that's kind of the game, right? It's just surprising opponents with things they didn't see coming. So I think this is a fun way to do all of that. Have fun playing the Paldea Prologue. That should be out now by the time that this video goes up. And yeah, I appreciate all of you. Hit the buttons on the way out. And until next time, my name is Berm. See you later.